Well, I'm leveling up this area here. I've got to take this dirt and move it over there, so it's almost kind of backward as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But this is the greenhouse area, and I need to bring this down and raise that side up. So I was using a tiller earlier, but the tiller blew up on me. I broke a water line because I thought the water line was running outside of the perimeter of where I'm digging, so that happened, so I had to fix that. But while I'm working, I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit, and I'm out here, and I know I'm doing shit the hard way. I know I'm doing things the hard way right now, but I don't have a choice. I don't have an excavator or a bobcat or some kind of front end loader to come over here and do this for me. I'm out of options, so things like this, for most people, are things of the past. And I get it, because it's hard work. It's not easy. I don't mind it. I mean, I'm outdoors. I'm surrounded by the sound of nature, but I don't mind it. And when I was living in the city, I had all the conveniences that everybody had, with the exception of a microwave. I wouldn't own a microwave. Those things are bad for you. If you have a microwave, get rid of it. But what I'm talking about is nobody does anything the hard way anymore. It's almost like some inventor out there, somebody who was smarter than us, you, me, whatever, was smarter than us, and they were in their garage trying to figure out a way to make our lives easier by solving problems for us, like food. How do you get food into a person's mouth quickly without the hassle of dishes and ingredients and cleaning and all that stuff? So some genius came up with the microwave and prepackaged foods, and they solved your problem for you. They definitely solved your problem for you. So now you can just stick a pizza in the microwave, and 4 or 5 or 3 or 2 minutes later, I don't know how long it takes to cook a pizza in a microwave, guess what? You got food. This was an excellent way to make people's lives easier. So, microwave, first it was a TV dinner. I remember when the TV dinner came out. We were kids. That was a microwavable food. The Hot Pockets TV dinners came out in the 50s, where they were cooked in a conventional oven. They were cooked that's how it worked. Then microwave popcorn and all these other microwavable things came out, and people jumped all over that stuff. Now you got an Alexa in your house, or a Siri on your phone, and you got an alarm system, and you got garage door opens that open up by themselves, and you got a car that has little lights on the end of the turn of the rearview mirrors to let you know if somebody's in your blind spot. So somebody has solved all our problems. It's like it's a human race. We don't even have to think anymore, because somebody has solved all our problems for us. And one of the things before coming out here that I really focused on was all the conveniences of life, from a light switch with light bulbs that come on. That's kind of cool. I like that. Turn on a water faucet and water comes out, either hot or cold, or you can mix it to your temperature that you like. That's kind of cool. I like that. But all the technology and all the electromagnetic fields and all the chemicals that they put into the foods to preserve them, so that we can just stick them in in a radiation box and you know, pop the top of a can open and dump it into a saucepan and mix it up. You know, there's a lot of preservatives and stuff like that that are in those things, in those processed foods, convenience foods, or whatever you want to call them. But there's a price to pay with every convenience that we have there. I mean, there is literally a price to pay for every convenience somebody has given us. Whether it's our privacy, whether it's our health, whether it's you know, our own physical capability. You know, I'm out here and like I said, I know I'm doing things the hard way by shoveling, but shoveling is something that a lot of people don't do anymore. They just don't shovel. They don't dig. They hire somebody to mow their grass or trim their trees or paint their house, or you know, and there are some people out there who are do-it-yourselfers. They'd rather do it themselves, but for the most part, you know, I'll live in an apartment because I don't want to have the responsibility of maintenance. I don't want to have the responsibility of doing those things. Hey baby, come here. So all those conveniences that somebody has solved the problem for us have literally made us these weak, susceptible beings to crisis, to becoming needy, to becoming somebody who needs a savior to come save them. I was just ranting about all the conveniences of life, and from the microwave to the toaster oven to alarm systems to garage door openers to all the things that people have just let somebody else solve that problem for them, and they're no longer capable of thinking or doing for themselves, because all you have to do is pick up the phone and have somebody bring a pizza to your door, and all you have to do is well, you don't even have to pick up the phone anymore. You can just go on your little tracking device, which people call a cell phone, and you just open up an app and draw your pizza with the screen, and or whatever, however it works. I've never done it, and from the time it goes into the oven to the time it gets to your door, there's a pizza there. So people aren't even capable of making their own pizza, and I mean, to me, that's a problem with society. That's a major problem with society. I'm going to dump this if you want to dig. And you can talk about conveniences.
What conveniences?
Hang on, I got to roll it.
Hey, that was almost affection.
So you don't want to talk about conveniences?
There's a lot of things that we rely on in normal days, normal lives, that are definitely conveniences that out here you don't have. I mean, I'm sure you've already touched on what happened here.
Yeah, that's all.
And the convenience of calling somebody not happening.
Yeah, well, it's fixed, so I'm beyond that. I'm to the point where my reflection is the tiller blew up. Can't use the tiller. The water actually made it easier to dig.
Yes.
So that was an unexpected blessing or unforeseen benefit.
I call it the silver lining.
But like I was talking about, the people have become so dependent on somebody else solving their problems for them,
Yeah.
that they have literally become incapable of solving their own problems. You know, I'm sure if somebody was hungry enough and there was only one box of macaroni and cheese in the house, or one box of oatmeal or something in the house, they might be able to muster up the strength to cook that oatmeal or that box of macaroni and cheese rather than going to a fast food place or calling something in. You know, especially the younger generation. The younger generation has simply lost touch with all aspects of nature, doing for yourself, thinking for yourself.
You know, I'm gonna take some responsibility there for the younger generation, because as parents, we have gotten so inundated with the rat race, is what is what it is, the rat race, that we have raised our children on convenience foods, letting them buying them a car, buying them a truck, letting them go out and party on the weekends instead of having them cut the grass and do stuff that is labor. They get to game, they get to get on their computers, they get to eat shit. And so when they're on their own, what happens? They game, they get on the computer, something breaks, they're stuck. I mean,
they can't even change a flat tire.
No.
Kids nowadays do not.
But they'll drive a $30,000, $40,000 pickup truck.
Yeah, they'll have
Daddy bought them.
A $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 pickup truck.
But they can't change a flat.
And they don't know how to change a tire or check the oil in it or even basic maintenance on it. And that's kind of what I've been talking about, rambling about, is all these conveniences have become so technical. So if your car breaks, who knows how to work on their technical car? Who has the ability to diagnose a car of today, built today? They're so luxurious and so amenity filled that if something goes wrong, people are clueless. So the problem solving that has occurred for them has become a problem for them. So, you know, it's almost like, here, let me help you out with this, but if you have a problem with it, it's going to be complicated to solve. So now you're going to need an expert, and you're going to have to pay somebody to solve this problem for you. Now you're going to have somebody who is technically savvy come in and solve this problem for you. And I see it.
Who's a certified electronics engine technician.
Yeah, so nobody can just replace a belt on the side of the road anymore. Nobody can just replace a fuel pump on the side of the road anymore like the old days. So because they solve so many problems for us as a society, now here we are. We don't know where our food comes from. We don't know anything about our bodies. We don't know anything about medicine. We don't know anything about nature, and we don't know anything about how we got here, because every time something new comes out, people are lined up to get it. Right now, with the situation the world's in, you know, a lot of people are lining up to food banks and lining up to get unemployment and to get benefits, and I get all that. I get it. But at what point do you become responsible for yourself and stop depending on the government to come in and save you, or a corporation to come in and make your life easier, because now they've got everybody up against the wall. You know, I hear these gun-toting, rambling survivalists talking about, ain't nobody gonna make me do this, ain't nobody gonna make me do that. But what about when you need your insulin? What about when your high blood pressure runs out? What about when your medication is not able to be filled, or your your ready-made meals aren't available for you anymore, what are you going to do then? They don't need to take your guns. They don't need to take your freedoms. They can just shut off your money system, and they can shut off your access to your medications and to your family's medications, to your kids' educations. And it seems like that's what's happening right now, is all the problem solving that occurred for us is now turned against us. And as I think about that while I'm out here digging, moving dirt from one side of the ground to the other,
Level it out.
I'm like, an excavator or a bobcat or a front end loader would have been a whole lot easier.
You
but
could have gotten a 1.0%
yeah,
APR financing for
I could have a payment
a new
right now.
cat.
I could have a payment right now that I'm paying interest on because somebody came in and solved my problem for me. And my whole point behind this rant or realization is that we as humanity, we as a collective existence of minds and experiences have completely given full authority to corporations and governments to do everything for us, to think for us, to vote for us, to decide what is good for us, what is bad for us, and all we do is sit there and take it. We just, okay, so I need to pay interest on this, and I need to pay taxes on this. Okay, just how much are the payments? I don't care if you're robbing me blind. How much are the payments? And that's a mindset that people have. Oh, I can afford those payments. And then they go somewhere else, and somebody talks them into buying something else that is convenient and luxurious and beneficial to their lives. And they're like, how much are the payments? And, oh, I can afford that. But nobody is buying things outright that they absolutely need. They're buying garbage that they don't need and giving their power away through terms and conditions and financing options and 82 easy payments of $475, and you're financing your extended warranty on a vehicle that came with a warranty, and you're not even going to be able to use that warranty because you're probably going to trade that car in before the warranty of the car you have expires. So, but you're still paying interest on it, and it'll go on to the next loan. And you try to explain that to people, and they don't get it because
it's about the payment.
Yeah, it's all about the payment and feeling good and all that stuff.
The new car smell.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
just a rant.
Conveniences are something that are there, and I've said it before. If it makes your life easier, not lazier, but easier. A shovel's a convenience. I'm not out here digging with my hands. But I don't have an excavator clearing off the land.
Yeah, and I didn't finance a shovel.
No.
When this is done, it's done.
I mean, legitimately, if you have enough money to go buy an excavator, that's fine. Go do that. Go pay cash. Go get yourself one. But, being in a situation where you don't really have a lot of conveniences at your fingertips anymore, and the things you used to have that you didn't think were conveniences really are, yeah.
So, I'm going to wrap up this rant because I got shit to do. I got work to do.
I'm going to get him a shirt that says I got shit to do. That's his new mantra. Got shit to do.
So, like or subscribe, or hope we didn't piss you off too much.
Yeah, just join the party.
But it just doesn't make sense to me why all our conveniences are all of a sudden turning against us as a society as a whole. From medication to sit-down meals in a restaurant to going to the movie theater and football games and baseball games. The whole we're making memories thing. You know, I guarantee you there's some real lasting memories being made right now that you know, could have been made this whole time without spending $600 on a football game ticket, or $300 on a concert ticket, or all that stuff that, you know, when the money system dries up, when the money supply dries up here in the near future, you're going to wish you had all that money back. You're going to wish you had done things a little bit different.
You know, I saw a kid today. He's probably in his 20s. And he was asking people what they were doing with their stimulus checks. Their free money is what I call it. Helicopter money. And all these people were saying, you know, buying this, paid off a few bills, but got this, and I said, nothing. I didn't ask for it. I didn't take it. I don't take blood money. And that's how I see it. Blood money.
Yeah, we would probably qualify for a stimulus check.
Absolutely.
But I don't want it. I don't need it. It's not.
Because you just said it. What does it come with? What's the?
There's going to be strings attached
There's
to
strings
it.
attached to it. That, you know, the poor. What'd you tell me this morning? The poor, they don't have payments.
Yeah, they don't have payments.
The rich,
They don't have
payments.
payments. It's the working middle
The
class.
working middle class, they're the slaves.
Those are the people who have all the payments, who are paying all the interest and all the taxes. And
I'd rather be poor than be a slave.
yeah.
100%.
And well, not poor, but we're abundant.
No, we're very abundant. But what people?
Chasing that dollar, chasing that American dream, like
Yeah.
George Carlin said. They call it the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. And that man was pretty wise in what he was saying. People thought he was trying to be funny about it, but he was speaking truth.
He delivered his truth in a comical manner. All right.
So we're done.
Enjoy the evening.